transcend matter in the next 3 months. The future was great while it lasted. A few thousand years ago, humanity finished the last coat of paint on the pyramids, wiped its hands on its jeans, took a long cool drink of beer and thought, okay, what's next? And the future was born. Once humans discovered time, it was inevitable that one day they'd destroy it. Everything humanity discovers, whether it's a rainforest or a hitchhiker, we feel this unquenchable urge to pull it apart until it lies dead at our feet. We wipe our hands on our jeans, take a long cool drink of beer, and then look back and realise it's not dead yet. It's trying to scrabble away towards the road, gargling weakly for help. But we grab its heels and drag it back into the scrub. Our future is dead, and we killed it. Sure, we can spend a pleasant few hours molesting its corpse before dawn, but the blank certainty of apocalypse haunts every dead minute that ticks by. Joining us to discuss the future, please welcome comedian Rosie Jones.
Hello.
How you doing, Rosie?
I'm good.
Are you worried about the future?
I am terrified. I have spent the last 6 months in lockdown with my mum and dad, and I love them, but they are boring as shit. So I am very concerned about the future because if it carries on, I'll be forced to murder them.
It's like a really dark charity advert at the end. It's like, and if you don't want us to kill a parent, let's give £2 a month.
You guys all seem like optimists. Are you optimistic about the future?
I feel like the whole pandemic, lockdown, world ending has made me think a lot about what I want in the future. Like before the plague, I was like, I don't want to have children because it'll give me a better quality of life. And now I really do want to have children because my quality of life is going to be relative.
This is the first time I've heard that anyone has said that the pandemic's made them broody.
And it also makes me know that none of your friends have kids.
It is great. Like just before I came down, I'd gone out to get cake, baking stuff for the kids, and they didn't want to bake. By the time I got back from the supermarket, I went, I'm sort of just an old cart horse. And my son went, you're not, Daddy, you're a beautiful racehorse that we use as a cart horse.
That just means you're easier to put down.
Yeah, glue.
I think when I think about the future, what concerns me is just uncertainty. If there is a second full lockdown, fine, I'll do it, but just tell me so I can buy gin, pretzels, and a massive vibrator.
Babe, you can do that anyway. Don't tell him.
Why are you waiting for a lockdown?
In reality, I don't need a vibrator. I got cerebral palsy.
Right. Life in a care home can sometimes be lonely and dispiriting, but with a robot assistant, it can now also be profoundly alienating, as we see in this heartwarming and chilling report.
Hello, Peter.
In a care home in Bedfordshire,
Hello, Pepper.
Peter the human and Pepper the robot have become friends.
Nice to see you again. Tell me, what was the most difficult thing that you and your family had to go through during the Second World War?
Well, it was the fact.
Pepper's been programmed to play games or music, ask about meals, organise calls to relatives, but most importantly, Pepper is a great listener.
I also once think I saw a doodle bug.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
Do you feel that Pepper is your friend?
All the time I'm with him, yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think that's a bit odd, having a robot as a friend?
Well, life can be a bit odd sometimes, especially the older you get.
The idea that a computer could be a carer feels, well, alien. But an academic evaluation suggests that robots actually can do a pretty good job.
I was a bit too keen on modern jazz.
bet that robot keeps trying to unplug itself. Tip itself into a bath.
Pepper has been programmed to ask questions that will be traumatic and triggering.
I think it's incredibly grim that we've outsourced listening to our elderly to basically an upright Henry Hoover. I think that is quite indicative of us. But it feels like it's digging for personal information, like, and what's your mother's maiden name? And the name of your first pet.
Yeah.
I definitely preferred watching that interaction to the interaction of the journalist coming in and being like, talking to Peter like he's an idiot, being like, you talk to a robot? You know, isn't that a bit weird? And Peter's like, no. And he's patronising this man from a generation that fought the Nazis and founded the NHS and got their head around banoffee pie. He's absolutely fine to understand a robot. I think it's great.
That's what got me angry when you think of the people they developed it and made it. Like, sorry, but we don't need Pepper. Like, just be human beings chatting to each other, and then the world will be a better place.
Yeah. Also, they describe Pepper as a great listener, and which isn't the definition of listening. Like, the definition of listening isn't stop talking. It's an activity that a robot can't do.
Do we want it to listen? Because then it's going to be like, yes, there are too many of them in the country. As technology creeps into every aspect of our lives, we're left with fewer and fewer moments that are not measured and monitored by AI. Here's a harrowing glimpse into our technocratic future led by China's new social credit system, along with a detailed breakdown of how the points system works.
Everywhere she goes, Ouyang Haoyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. A person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950. And Haoyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. Scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking. And information collectors like Zhou Aini are paid to report on their neighbors, like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says. Good social credit gets rewarded with perks like cheap loans and travel deals. But a bad score means public shame and worse. Huang Huijun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says, and the list goes on.
The thing about authoritarian societies, isn't it, is people will give your stuff quite good reviews. Like, oh, it's really good. It's certainly better than me being drowned in a barrel.
So it's like an Uber rating, but for life, for everything. That's so chilling.
Yeah. We do have a social rating system, and we do have a credit rating system where some people, because of past behaviours, mean that no one else in the family can have credit.
The only thing that felt different from here is that not being able to buy train tickets is a punishment there. Their trains must be nicer, because here it's just like the right not to stand all the way to Birmingham or something.
I was watching it and I was like, oh, okay, well, they mark you down for, like, littering and having a messy yard, and then they said gossiping, and I was like, this is too far, this is an infringement on my rights.
But you can gossip if you're Joy ID and you're just like peeking through your curtains at your neighbours.
Oh, yeah.
And they carried a drunk person home, a good deed. And I was like, was it their home? Was it
They stole a drunk person.
Actually, though, I think I got one of them in my flat in London. She's on the ground floor, and whenever I go out, she's where are you going? She's working for China.
Aren't they all? Well, that's the end of the show. Thanks to my guests, Sarah Pascoe, Sophie Duker, Kerry Pritchard-McLean, Rosie Jones and Armando Iannucci. But before I go, I'd like to leave you with this thought. The ancient philosopher Heraclitus taught us that everything is in flux. But he also said that you can't step into the same river twice, and that's clearly nonsense. The only possible reason you can't step into the same river twice is if the first time you step into it, you get your legs bitten off by a crocodile. And even then, if you manage to remain conscious for long enough, you could probably drag yourself, screaming and gurgling, back into the same river. Although quite why you'd want to do that after you just had your legs bitten off is unclear. Then again, maybe you've lost so much blood you don't even know it's a river. You think it's a warm picnic blanket on a summer's day, and the birds are singing in the trees, and it's your birthday, and all your friends are there, and one of your friends is a crocodile and gives you a big kiss in the face until your skull pops. If there's one positive we can all take from the experience of COVID-19, it's the fact that we've been nursery sloped for the real medical apocalypse we're all about to face, the complete planet-wide collapse of antibiotics. Already we've seen the emergence of seemingly unstoppable bacteria. Perhaps the human body can just see the planet dying and is desperately trying to kill us before it happens. It's trying to give us a kinder, gentler way out. A rusty nail instead of drowning in ocean water in the middle of Birmingham city centre. In the very near future, we'll look back fondly on the days when, to catch a life-threatening disease, we'd have to go to the trouble of sharing airspace with a heavy-breathing pensioner in the Pilchard's Isle of Tesco. Soon, bacterial death will be delivered with no effort on our part at all, from the merest paper cut or a light case of cystitis. Everybody's last words will be, ow. We're badly out of touch with what antibiotics are primarily needed for. Most people think that septicemia is one of Jacob Rees-Mogg's sisters. And there's only one way to prepare for the great war between humans and microbes. We need to build our resistance now, by being as dirty as we can, as quickly as we can. The entire medical industry needs to be replaced by a series of obscenely disgusting acts. We need to be out there sucking off pigeons and stuffing roadkill up our arses now, not in 18 months when it's too late. We need to start grabbing, licking or fucking every rancid recess we can find. Well, I say start, you guys need to catch up. The diseased will be our saviours. They will help us build our immunity in the great biotic battles we're about to face. Doctors will be replaced by purulent lepers, stumbling from town to town, for they will be set upon by people desperate to lay hands on their rotting flesh. If you manage to snap off a decomposing finger, you could save your whole family. Pull off a leper's dick and you're king of the village, until you die aged 28 from a stubbed toe. In this new world, vaccines will be useless. To travel across borders, you'll have to prove that you've fucked a dog. Passports will be replaced by pictures of you monstering the family pet. Customs officers will be forced to ask, sir, did you fuck this dog yourself? There's no time to lose. It's your duty to act now if we're going to have a chance of winning the war against bacteria. Fuck a dog. Wank off a corpse. If not for yourself, do it for your children, for your country. Do it for me. Although if you do get caught fucking your dog, please don't mention me by name. Good night.